the tone for this game.
Deep right field, Harper watches it fly. Harper with a rainmaker and another stare down. It's turned into the Bryce Harper game.
Did you enjoy staring him down?
Yeah, I mean, I stared right at him.
This rivalry is so spicy.
The Phillies a win away from a trip to the National League Championship Series. Welcome to the Loud House, Citizens Bank Park in Philadelphia. This is the 2023 National League Division Series. It's presented by Booking.com, featuring the Braves and the Phillies. The Phillies holding a 2-1 lead in this best-of-5 series. We have arrived at our first elimination game. And with that, we welcome you, everybody. Great to have you with us. I'm Brian Anderson, along with Jeff Francoeur. We'll hear from Matt Weiner in just a moment. This is the last division series left. One more ticket to be punched. Phillies and Braves. The Braves up against elimination, but let's go to the Phillies first, Jeff, because this is a team that is historically good right now. They're 4-1 in the postseason, and yesterday 6 home runs, tying a major league record.
Yeah, you saw 2 home runs in 2 games in Atlanta. They come to this Loud House. We can barely hear right now, and it's exactly what they did. Nick Castellanos got it started in the 3rd to tie up the game 1-1. You saw Marsh there later in the game. Trey Turner even get on the action. Castellanos with a second one, a long one. And then, of course, really the big blow, this guy, Bryce Harper, in the 3rd inning, and then adds another one off Brad Hand. And the Phillies, like you said, 6 home runs yesterday, and they just went on a barrage. And, of course, Bryce Harper, look at those numbers. They speak for themselves. They got to find a way to keep him off the base.
Now, those are his postseason numbers against the Atlanta Braves. How much will they pitch to Bryce Harper tonight? All right, so the Atlanta Braves, their backs up against the wall here. 3 100-win teams in the major leagues this season. 2 are out, Baltimore and the Dodgers, and now the Braves are hoping to at least extend this to a Game 5. They do have their ace, Spencer Strider, on the mound.
Well, the Phillies fans in the 7th started chanting, "We want Strider, we want Strider." Well, the Braves ace is going to have a chance. All season now, 5 starts, including the playoffs, he's had good numbers. He's had 46 strikeouts and 5 walks. They're going to need that high-velocity fastball and the slider down in the zone. And if they can get that, then there's a chance they can send it back to Atlanta for a Max Fried, Zach Wheeler showdown.
What a showdown that would be. Strider making his 3rd postseason start. They have all come against the Phillies. He was good in Game 1, 7 innings, just 1 earned run allowed. He went with just the 2 walks and the 8 Ks. It is a rematch of Game 1 because Rangers Suarez will get the ball. He was excellent in a short start. It was a bullpen game, 7 pitches in that one. Now we're ready to roll here. Phillies, Braves, elimination day, 2-1.
Coming up in just a moment, I'm Matt Weiner here with Braves manager Brian Snitker. And Snit, it's the wrong kind of deja vu for you guys here tonight. What's it going to take to turn this series around?
Well, I think we got to start scoring some runs. I mean, bats have been kind of silent for the first 3 games. If Spencer's out there and can do what he can do, I think our offense has to do its part. We should be in good shape.
Bryce Harper now has an OPS approaching 1,700 in postseason games against you guys. How inclined are you to pitch to him tonight?
Well, it's just going to depend on the situation. I mean, you know what? If you get a chance to not pitch to him, we probably won't.
Snit, thanks for taking the time. Good luck.
Thank you.
Well, let's send it upstairs. Brian Anderson and Jeff Francoeur with the call of Game 4.
All right, thank you, Matt Weiner, and our thanks to Brian Snitker. A team is a reflection of the manager, and the manager is cool and confident, but he knows major urgency tonight. As you see his lineup, Acuna, Albies, Riley. In the middle, it's Olsen, Ozuna, and Murphy, the Gold Glover, Pilar, Arcia, and Harris. This was not the Game 1 lineup that faced Ranger Suarez. He's gone back to his more traditional lineup, as Brian Snitker. Ranger Suarez, while left-handers struggled all season against the Braves, Suarez, one of those guys who has had great effectiveness against Atlanta.
Well, and I'll tell you what, B.A., his curveball really was the pitch that gave these Braves hitters trouble. Rob Thompson saying I don't know. I might let him go a little bit longer depending how it is, but we got to believe it's a lot like game one. Him to the bullpen. And, of course, getting the start behind the plate, the Gold Glover, JT Realmuto, Alec Bohm at third, Trey Turner, Bryson Stott, and, of course, Bryce Harper at first base. And in the outfield, going around the corner, Brandon Marsh in left field. Johan Rojas gets the start in center field. And with 2 home runs last night, Nick Castellanos in right field.
Ronald Acuna steps in. We are just about ready for game 4 of this best-of-5 series, and the Phillies can punch their ticket to the National League Championship Series with a win tonight. Braves are hoping to survive and force a game 5. David Rackley, home plate umpire, says play ball, and the first pitch is in there, and away we go in game 4. Acuna's always lethal in the first inning, sometimes on the first pitch. He lashes away on pitch number 2, and it's quickly no balls and 2 strikes. There is something about Ranger Suarez against the Atlanta Braves, whose earned run average is in the 3s against this team. He's got something for them that they have not quite figured out. 3 2/3 his last time out as Acuna fouls another one away. Frenchie Acuna has been pretty quiet. He did have 2 hits yesterday. His first 2 hits of this series. 2 for 10 though, and no RBIs.
You know, they've kept him off the base pass for the most part. And with his speed, that's a huge key. You talk about Suarez' career in the postseason, BA 2-0 with a .98 in 6 games, 4 of those which are starts. So although maybe his regular season numbers at times don't show it, when he gets to the postseason, he is able to answer the bell.
Pitched in game 5 in the clinching game in the NLCS against San Diego last year. Those are his numbers. Making his 5th start as Acuna takes a ball. That curveball was a big pitch for Suarez in his game 1 start. JT Realmuto said after the game, everybody knew the plan was to make it a short start for Suarez, except for Suarez.
Except
so he treated it like a 9th inning every inning. Bouncing ball to Turner, out number 1, and away we go.
Yeah, taking a look here at his pitch arsenal, you'll see exactly what he's trying to do to these hitters. You saw with Ronald Acuna, mixed them all up. He's got that sinker, which he threw first pitch of the game. But the blue ball and the curve ball, that's the one to me that he can really get these hitters. It keeps the Braves hitters from slugging, from getting out front to try to jump them. See how much he uses it today.
That courtesy of Google Cloud, StatCast 3D, powered by Google Cloud, as Ozzie Albies takes strike 1.
He's gassed up. You saw that pitch, 96 from Ranger.
Adrenaline pumping for sure. Suarez deals Albies, bounces 1 foul. There's a ton of pressure on the Braves offensively right now, much like we saw with the Dodgers. Outside of the 3 innings in game 2, the Braves have been very quiet, and you got to give this Phillies pitching staff a lot of credit. They have held down the most prolific offense in the league this season.
I think because of yesterday and the 6 home runs by the Phillies, the late Braves comeback, that's kind of got lost in the shuffle. Only 3 extra base hits in 3 games for this Braves offense.
Two and 2. Suarez deals. Albies out in front. Lazy little pop-up. Bryson Stott is there, and 2 men are out. That big curveball for Suarez again. Such an effective pitch for him.
Well, it's not a pitch that he's trying to get a swing and miss on. Some guys use that for that. He's trying to get weak contact. Exactly swings like this where you get guys out front. You either get an easy rollover or like that, an easy pop-up.
The Braves against non-fastballs in this series, hitting just 183 as Riley a cut and a miss on a changeup. Braves a very good fastball hitting team. Phillies do have great velocity in their bullpen. That was the matchup really for Rob Thompson in game 1. Suarez for a short start and then high velocity coming out of the pen. Used 7 pitchers in game 1. Suarez looks calm in this environment. He's got Riley 0-2. Riley into center field. In his tracks, Rojas, and a 1-2-3 start for Rangers Suarez. Now the Phillies in their powder blues, coming up for the first time in game 4. Here at Citizens Bank Park, they chanted Strider's name. They want Strider, and they got him here tonight in game 4. A dominating force in the regular season. A 20-game winner with a 3.86 ERA. Was excellent in game 1.
Yeah, the high velocity is going to try to get him with that. Up in the zone, and then sliders and changeups below the belt.
Schwarber hammered his first pitch in game 1 for a double, and he's up there hacking again. 99-mile-an-hour fastball right out of the bullpen for Strider.
We got our answer. Kept wondering what he was going to do first pitch, and he came again with the heat.
Schwarber, Trey Turner, Bryce Harper will start it here in the bottom of the first for the Phillies. Braves go in order in the top of the first. Schwarber has just 2 hits in the series. One of those that leadoff double against Strider. And Strider is pumping it up right now. Another one at 99. Matching the number on his back, and it's 1-2. Third postseason start for Strider. They've all come against the Phillies, and he strikes out Schwarber. High fastball at 100. So Schwarber is gone. Chase the high heat. Rob Thompson, his familiar lineup against a right-handed starter with Schwarber, Turner, and Harper. You got Bohm, Stott, and Real Muto in the middle. Castellanos, Brandon Marsh, and Johan Rojas. Rounding out the starting 9. First ball swinging Trey Turner.
Well, Strider's making no bones about it right now. He's coming with 99 and 100. Trey Turner 0 for 17 in his career against Strider.
Turner, one of the 6 home runs last night for the Phillies. And another fastball. 5 consecutive heaters. Turner with 2 hits last night. The home run, scored a couple of runs, had a walk. And now 4 for 13 in this division series after a 4 for 7 run in the wild card series. And Turner lines one left field. One hopper off the wall. Pilar throws it in, and a belly flop double for Trey Turner.
Well, he started this game with 6 straight fastballs at 99 to 100. On this one, he threw the slider. If that pitch is down in the zone, probably gets a ground out or swing and miss, but this one hung a little bit. And Turner now gets his first hit off Spencer Strider.
His second double of the series. Runner in scoring position right away for Bryce Harper. Harper has just been on another level here. 2 home runs last night. Drove in 4. He's got 3 home runs in this division series, including a home run against Strider on a down and in slider.
Now this is interesting. You heard Brian Snitker tell Matt Weiner right before first pitch, if there's a base open or we get the opportunity, maybe we put him on. Not saying that they're intentionally walking him right here, but 2 pitches nowhere really close yet.
2 balls, no strikes. And that one misses badly. That was a changeup.
He's going to put him on now.
Now Brian Snitker says put him on. Don't even want it, because he will swing 3-0. Snitker says we've seen enough of Bryce Harper. Send him to first base.
Well, and we wondered with obviously what Bryce has done against the Braves, but kind of behind him, Alec Bohm, if you go back to game 1, Spencer Strider really had the best of him. He's hit 182 with 10 Ks in his career against Strider.
Strider's slider was devastating for Bohm in game 1. Let's see if Bohm is up there swinging away on the first pitch. 2 on, 1 out. Phillies threaten right away, and Bohm does swing away, and he got a fastball and he missed it. A lot of early swings against Strider in game 1. More than half of the Phillies hitters in that game 1 swinging away at the first pitch. 3 out of 4 tonight swinging away at the first pitch. That one's in there. Well placed fastball. And it's 0-2 on Bohm. Strider had 22 swings and misses in game 1. That was a very high number. We started tracking that in 2008. That's a Braves postseason record since we started tracking whiffs.
And you can see exactly what you've seen already tonight. Those red fastballs up in the zone, and where he's trying to get that slider. The one to Turner hung, but that's where he wants it, down in the zone.
Got 3 of his 8 strikeouts on the slider in game 1. Both runners take off. Bohm fouls it back. That's the other part of the story with Strider. The Philadelphia Phillies in game 1 set a franchise record for stolen bases in a postseason game. They had 5 in the game, but the attack plan against Strider was to run early and often.
Well, and they did, and last night you didn't see the Phillies, as you see those numbers, steal because they hit 6 home runs. They really didn't have time to.
Did he go? And he did. Chris Guccione, the first base umpire, raises the thumb on Alec Bohm, and a big strikeout early for Strider, his 2nd K.
Hey, you can see those hands went. It's been a common theme, though, this series from all the umpires rotating down at first base. Majority of the check swings, they have called strikes on them.
Here's Bryson Stott. Stott has been a breakout star this postseason. Had a grand slam in a clinching game in the wild card series. He's driven in 7 thus far in the postseason, 2 in the division series here. Strider steps off. Arcia coming in behind Turner.
Interesting. You go back to game 1, the first time up, Stott got fastballs blown by him by Strider. Second time he got him 0-2, and he choked up and hit a line drive to left field to drive in a run.
Stott just turned 26 last week. Changed his game around. Came up as a shortstop. Now one of the elite defensive second basemen in baseball. Got a mechanical fix to his swing to allow him to get to high velocity. And he's facing high velocity here as Strider hits the edge. 1-2 the count. Strider is a strike throwing machine on top of the excellent stuff that he has. Stays on the attack. Can get deep in games when he's right because of all the early swings.
It's interesting. All year you've seen Spencer Strider earlier in the game mix in sliders. And every once in a while mixing a changeup. But you're seeing this first inning right here. He's coming with the gas.
Heavy usage on the fastball early. Turner and Harper on the bags. And the 1-2, and Stott. Fly ball into center field. Michael Harris will put it away, and that will retire the side. A little threat by the Phillies. Strider with the changeup gets Stott. Phillies lead 2. Ronald Acuna checking the iPad. He's upset about something, maybe missed one on that ground out. How about the Braves? They have not scored in the first inning. This was a dominant team in the first innings. They hit 47 homers, set a major league record. Only 2 singles in the first 4 games in inning number 1. Ranger Suarez, a 1-2-3 start. Matt Olson steps in now as we go to the second. Phillies strand 2 in the bottom of the first. A double by Turner. Harper the intentional pass. Olsen, Ozuna, and Murphy, and Olsen takes a strike. Another bat the Braves must get going here, Jeff.
Well, you know, BA, when you get sometimes a series like this and you're struggling, guys try to take it in their own hands. And talking to a couple of the Braves hitters today, that's what they were saying. The best thing we did all year was pass the baton on. If you hit a single, if you drew a walk, let the next guy. And this season, we've seen some postseason, we've seen some big swings from this offense.
Suarez deals the 1-2, and Olsen, a little flare off the knuckles right to Turner. Easy as it gets there, and 4 in a row for Ranger Suarez. Kevin Seitzer, one of the great hitting coaches. You got Kevin Seitzer and Kevin Long here. These guys are pros. They are highly respected, and you can just feel the frustration in a guy like Seitzer right now, who has seen greatness from this offense all year.
And you could really even go take that to Brian Snitker talking to us yesterday and today, really, because of that.
Ozuna takes a strike.
Saying, BA, you watch all season, and then all of a sudden for 3 games, it just disappears when you need it the most.
Marcell Ozuna with his first 2 hits of this division series yesterday was 2 for 4 with a run. Ozuna beats one into the ground. Turner out number 2.
Well, the Braves this season felt like one thing they did a great job is they cut the strikeouts down. Last year, they were the 2nd most struck out team in baseball. They went to the 6th fewest this year, and now the first 3 games of the series, 30 strikeouts for this Atlanta Braves offense.
5 in a row retired by Suarez. No strikeouts yet. Not really a strikeout pitcher is Suarez, although he did rack up some Ks. 5 of them in game 1. Sean Murphy back in the starting lineup for Atlanta. He started game 1, caught Strider. Travis d'Arnaud has been in there the last 2 games. Murphy had that incredible first half, made him an all-star in his first year with the Braves. Traded from the Athletics to Atlanta. Very slow finish to his year. He struggled mightily at the plate. Bouncing ball foul, just missed the line.
Well, that's the thing. I think part of the thing you'd wonder is, hey, is it fatigue in the second half? But with Travis d'Arnaud getting a lot of starts too, you can't really point to that. Just kind of been in a funk the second half.
Another 2-strike count for Suarez. Breaks his bat. Murphy stays alive.
Split it in half.
Look where the contact was here. Right off the end, that cup bat. Hitters do that to take a little bit of weight off the end of that bat. And blew it up. Murphy finished the season, the regular season, 0 for his last 12. And in game 1, he was 0 for 3. Ready for another 1-2. 2 outs in the second. And a called strike 3. 6 up, 6 down for Ranger Suarez. What a start. Initiative to highlight the fun and accessible ways to play our great game. To learn more, including how to find a league near you, go to playball.org and follow Playball on social media.
That field looks like a bat. Look how many people are out in the outfield.
It's awesome. What a scene it is here. Kids having a blast. Adults having a blast. This place is rocking every night. Yeah, there he is, Joel Embiid. found the Phillies jersey big enough.
He's a big man.
And the Sixers center, the MVP of the NBA, had taken this one in. Strider facing JT Realmuto to start this second inning. Strider with 20 pitches in the first inning. 15 of those were the fastball. He has not yet locked in his slider. 2-0 the count on the Philly catcher, and that one is in there. Fastball command is good early for Strider. Breaking ball not so much. Realmuto, Castellanos, and Brandon Marsh will start it here for the Phillies.
You saw him start him out with 2 sliders, BA. JT Realmuto, it's 273 off the fastball with 14 of his 20 home runs off that pitch. Breaking stuff 189 this season.
Realmuto had a 2 RBI double in last night's game, stretched the lead to 6-1. Sends out in the air, got under it, a little late on it as well. Acuna will make the call and the catch, and Realmuto is retired. And let's send it down to Matt Weiner. Hi, Matt.
Hey, BA, 2 very different pitchers on the mound tonight, which means 2 different plans of attack for these teams. For Philly hitters, for the most part, there are exceptions in the lineup, but they would like to attack Strider's off-speed stuff. 9 of their 15 hits in the regular season or in game 1 of this series came against sliders with a rare changeup he throws. That includes 3 home runs. If he's vulnerable, and that's a big if, the Phils think it's on non-fastballs like the one Trey Turner turned into a double. For Atlanta, it's the opposite. Get Ranger Suarez into fastball counts if possible, because if he's not throwing his breaking stuff for strikes, they're going to have to lay off. We've already seen some weak contact on that breaking stuff.
Yeah, Matt, great point. And you know what? The Braves are trying to force the issue. Ranger Suarez, though, 26 total pitches, 19 strikes. So he is pitching like they need him to, and that's from ahead.
Swing and a miss. Good slider that time from Strider. That's his best one yet. Got a big strikeout of Alec Bohm on a breaking ball. That one had some snap to it. 3 hits for Castellanos against Strider in his career. 2 homers last night for Castellanos, and he's able to lay off at that time.
So hard to think when a guy throws 99 to 100 and you're gearing up for that you can be ready for that slider, but it's the one Trey Turner got. It's the hanging slider that you have to get.
3-1. Castellanos beats that off his foot. A foul ball. 3-2 the count.
That one had to hurt.
Yeah. Give him time to take a little walk. Regular season pitch clock rules in effect, but they stop the clock on something like this, an injury.
Right off the top. You wear that huge pad and it hits. Not where the pad is.
The thing that is open. Full count. And he lost him. Castellanos draws a walk with 1 away. More traffic for the Phillies. They have had base runners in most of the innings of this series. As a matter of fact, the Phillies have led at the end of an inning 20 of the 28 innings played thus far. So the Braves have only led for exactly 2 innings. The last 2 innings of game 2, a completed inning. Brandon Marsh takes a strike. Marsh hit the 6th and final home run. Opposite field home run yesterday. His first postseason homer. And he sends out into center field, a base hit. Line drive by Marsh. 3 hits yesterday. A hit in his first at bat here tonight. And once again, the Phillies threaten 2 on, 1 away.
Well, this is where you can hit his fastball. When you talk to Kyle Schwarber, he tells you when you're facing Spencer Strider, you have to see that fastball down. If it's up in the zone, you have no chance. You just foul it off or swing through it. That one down where you can drop the bat head.
2 on, 1 away. Johan Rojas takes strike 1. Rojas, the rookie, supremely talented defender, Looks a little overmatched at the plate right now, but you can't blame him. His first ever postseason series. And I'm sure the Phillies just making sure he knows he's in there to flag him down in the outfield. Anything he gives you offensively is a bonus.
Exactly. If you're the Phillies, you look at the rest of the lineup and think we got enough slug. We need him to run all those balls that the other teams hit. You got to believe he'll get more comfortable as it goes on.
It's a key hitter for Strider, though. You got Kyle Schwarber due next. Rojas, the youngest Philly to start a postseason game since 1915. Pops it foul and out of play. Count remains at a ball and 2 strikes.
He got a pretty good swing on that slider from Strider. I would imagine here now you're going to see that maybe high gas. That's how he got him in game 1.
So interesting. Strider's been dominant against the Phillies in his regular season starts. 1-2. Missed with a fastball. 2-2 now. Strider was dealing with an injury last year when he started against Philadelphia in the postseason. Had an oblique injury. And Rojas into center field. That is going to be caught. Harris makes the play. This will be a double play at second base. Wow, what a catch by Harris. Closed some ground. Wow. Phillies will certainly want to have a look at this to see if it hit the ground. But Michael Harris, the second, makes another spectacular catch. And it ends up as a double play. Harris picks it right off the ground. Wow. A double play to end the inning. The second that has originated from the center fielder in this series. Saw scoreless here. Game 4 this postseason. Get the best 5G coverage in the game with T-Mobile, America's largest and fastest 5G network. Ranger Suarez back to work, and Kevin Pillar, first ball swinging deep into left field. Marsh is back. He's got it just in front of the wall. Pillar just missed it by a click on the bat. Good catch by Brandon Marsh, and Ranger Suarez gives him a nice hand. 7 in a row for Suarez.
Yeah, you can hear it. Just didn't flush it right. Got in on the handle a little bit.
Orlando Arcia has arrived here to Philadelphia with a bullseye on his back. A couple of stare downs from Bryce Harper yesterday. And you know Arcia wants to quiet down this crowd. Fouls it away. 0-2 the count to Arcia. Did have an RBI single in yesterday's game. He's 2 for 11 in this division series.
That's the thing. Another guy. First pitch obviously with Pillar, but another Braves hitter in an 0-2 count, now 1-2, where it's tough to be on the attack. You're more on the defensive.
6 of the 8 hitters he's faced, he's been in 2 strike counts. 7 in a row retired. Suarez retired 10 out of his first 11 he faced in his game 1 start. Then had a couple of base runners and was out of the game, which was a bit of a surprise. Rob Thompson had a game plan, and it worked. A 3-0 shutout win for the Phillies in game 1. Matchup of Venezuela here. Suarez and Arcia. Rollover ground ball to Turner. And a low throw dug out by Harper. 2 outs in this 3rd inning. 8 straight retired by Suarez. And here comes Michael Harris, who is making a habit of starting double plays. First game ever in the postseason ended with a double play that originated from an outfielder. 8 to 5 to 3. Brilliant play by Riley. That's how game 2 ended. And Harris just another game-saving type catch. Even though it's early in the game, you never know when those big plays are going to come up.
Well, let me tell you right here, if this ball falls in front of him, you probably got first and second and a 1-0 with only 1 out. And for Spencer Strider, talking to be able to keep the crowd down at least a little bit because they're back up like they've been, but a huge play defensively to keep this game at 0-0.
He's made an impact with his glove. He has struggled at the plate. 0 for 11. Jam shot grounder. Turner. And a low throw gets by Harper. Harris will take a left turn. It is out of play. So Harris to second base. Turner was a little awkward going after that ground ball, and then a low throw that Harper couldn't dig. Turner made a couple of errors in game 2. And now Harris will reach, and we'll see how they score it. Good throw gets him.
Yeah, well, even the throw before it bounced a little bit to Harper, and here just couldn't dig that one out.
Straight error for Turner. 2-base error. And Acuna fouls it away. First base runner for Atlanta. Acuna grounded to short his last time up. He's still looking for his first RBI. Well, we've seen the big moments with the superstar players. Bryce Harper has delivered on multiple occasions already. And now a moment here for Acuna. 1 ball, 1 strike. Acuna a little bit late. That cut fastball by Suarez. Puts it in on his hands, and Acuna down in the count, a ball and 2 strikes.
First pitch was way in too to try to jam him. You can see he's trying to open up that inside. See if he tries to set something up away.
Half swing foul. Count stays at 1-2. We saw Acuna, great shot down there by our crew. He was looking at the iPad. He was checking the pitch sequence. He actually turned it around for us to see. Felt like he missed one last at bat.
I think he thought first pitch of the game that 4-seamer threw was off the plate a little bit.
Braves get their first base runner on a 2-base error. Acuna takes ball 2. Acuna, the first 40-70 player in the history of baseball. 41 home runs, 73 stolen bases. Never been a season like it. Likely MVP in the National League. Suarez just missed. Real Muto was on the run to the dugout. Thought he had a ring up.
He was trying to steal one there. Pretty good location, but definitely off the plate a little bit too much.
Acuna confidently shaking his head. Full count, 2 outs. And Acuna right back to the box. Suarez can really field his position well, and he makes a play and a big out early for the left-hander from Venezuela. 3 scoreless for Ranger Suarez. Phillies coming up, bottom 3rd. Tyrese Maxey in the house tonight from the Sixers. Hey, get into the game with Max and the Bleacher Report Sports add-on. It's on us for a limited time. After the promo period, you can add it for $9.99 to a Max base plan.
He was rocking the Harper jersey.
Powder blues are pretty sweet, aren't they? They wear them on Thursdays. It is a Thursday, and they keep the theme going. As Schwarber on the first pitch. High fly ball center field. Going to hang up there for Harris. And 1 pitch and 1 out for Spencer Strider to start the 3rd inning. A narrow miss on the bat for Kyle Schwarber.
Well, for Spencer Strider this inning, you can see 39 pitches for the first 2 innings. He could use a quick inning to keep that pitch count down.
Here's Trey Turner, who doubled off Strider in the first inning. And he sends that one into left field, a base hit. The former batting champion in the National League is 2 for 2. That time he turned a fastball around. And the Phillies with more traffic, a base runner with 1 away.
You know, BA, that's one of those old school rules that's got thrown out the window. You used to see a guy make a first pitch out, and you'd usually say, oh, the second guy's got to take a pitch to kind of give him into it. That rule doesn't apply here in the postseason.
Got to play the game, feel the game, the flow of the game. Here's Harper now. So I'm very curious right now if Trey Turner will try to steal. If he does steal successfully, that would be an automatic walk to Harper. Do the Phillies want the traffic with 2 runners on, or do they want to let Harper try to swing away here?
I'd give him a pitch or 2 to see, I would imagine.
Intentional walk his last time up. Strider chance raining down on the Braves pitcher. That one's in there. Fastball, generous call. 1 ball, 1 strike on Harper. That one's in there. 1 and 2 the count.
And I would think that's the hard thing sometimes. If you're Harper, you watching the ball nowhere close to you the first time, and right there I think he got fooled a little bit.
Braves set up for a double play ball if they get one on the ground. Strider trying to keep Turner close. Turner likes to run with 2 strikes. He has 40 consecutive stolen bases all this season, including this postseason, then going back to last year even. Stays put, and Harper takes a ball. Harper, an OPS nearly 1,700 against the Atlanta Braves in the postseason. He has 13 hits and 27 at-bats, including 5 homers and 4 walks.
If you go back to game 1, you remember Spencer Strider had an 0-2 count and threw over. Ball got away, led to a run. Now he's thrown over twice.
Was his first error of the season. Didn't have one in the regular season. Bryson Stott immediately drove in Trey Turner after that error. 1 out, 2 and 2 the count to Harper. He's just dangerous right now. Even his foul balls look dangerous. His swings and misses get oohs and ahs.
Well, you know, and that's one of those that you're just a little bit late on, but man, it's with such intent. If you remember, Harper took Strider deep in game 1 on a hanging slider.
What does he give him here? 2-2. Fouls it away. Another fastball. Harper fouls it away to the opposite field a little bit late.
And I think you're seeing right here, Turner might be gone on this pitch, but he's giving Harper every chance to stay there and let him swing the bat.
Well, maybe with 2 outs he runs. Certainly see him take off if Bohm comes up. That's a base hit into right. Turner will turn and burn to third base. Acuña's throw all the way through. Bryce Harper delivers with a single. And the Phillies, for the 3rd straight inning against Strider, have 2 men aboard.
Well, that's the almost exact same pitch you saw Harper hit out last night for the 3-run homer. This one he's lucky. He almost hit Trey Turner in the foot as he was running. He hit it so hard. Now, interesting enough, this is the guy right here. When we kind of circled today, BA, was Alec Bohm going to have to come up with a big hit. And here's his chance again.
Phillies have had the pressure on Spencer Strider in every inning. high-stress pitches in every frame thus far. Pitch number 49 coming here. One away, third inning. First and third. Boom, in the air, little flare. Albies will make the play. Turner not tagging. And a big out again with Alec Bohm at the plate. So Strider with 2 gone now. Retires Bohm on the first pitch.
Yeah, you can see the frustration. Had a chance there in the first and struck out right here. He was going for early contact, try to put something out. And instead of that fastball, Strider threw a really good slider on the outside corner.
Phillies have him at the corners. Phillies are 0 for 4 with runners in scoring position tonight. But they are knocking at the door again as Stott takes a strike. Strider is consistently good on the corners with that big fastball.
Yeah, he's doing a good job of not missing too many times over the middle. He's had traffic tonight, but he's been able to make a pitch when he's needed to.
Stott's RBI single against Strider was on a 2-strike pitch in game 1. Shortened up, slapped it to the opposite field. Bohm frustrated, having a chat with Kevin Long. Two outs in the third. Strider deals. Stott takes a ball. 2-1.
Well, Bohm, one of the main reasons he's so frustrated is he knows the opportunities he was going to get in this game. When the guy in front of you has been doing what he's doing, they're not going to give him the ball too much.
He's stranded 4 already, Bohm. 0 for 2 in his first 2 plate appearances. Stott looks at ball 3. It's hard work right now for Spencer Strider, but he's got a chance to get out of this third inning. 3-1, hitters count. Strike 2, right down the heart. Matt Olson will go play behind Bryce Harper now. Real Muto coming up next.
Stott was almost on auto take right there. That was a 3-1 right down the pipe.
Harper will get a head start here. 3-2, 2 outs. And Strider steps off. Phillies with 4 hits already and 2 walks. There goes Harper. 3-2 pitch fouled away. Boy, he had a good rip at it.
And we looked at this game, and we saw last night in the Dodgers Diamondbacks game the ability for the home team in an elimination game to get the lead and really force pressure even more on the other squad. And this is an example right here. You can see the Phillies players, they know a run or 2 here is huge.
Do it again. Another 3-2. Harper goes. Stott down the left field line. Foul. Stott's numbers against the fastball jumped dramatically this season. Hit .290 against the fastball this year. Something he gives Kevin Long a lot of credit for. Helped him get to the fastball early. A couple of mechanical changes in his swing.
Well, it helped freed him up a little bit. Said he wasn't as mechanical and was able to be a little more loose, a little quiet. Look how quiet Stott is up there at the plate with the hands, and then tries to fire.
Improved his average about 120 points from a year ago. Another 3-2. He got him. Fastball right by him. It took 8 pitches, but Strider retires Stott. Phillies strand 2 more. They've left 5, and we're still scoreless. Ranger Suarez off to a great start. Terrific images of the lefty from Venezuela. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. Suarez with 13 consecutive scoreless innings in the postseason. And first ball swinging Ozzie Albies. Got to go back to the League Championship Series against the Padres to find the last run he allowed. So 13 scoreless going back to last year. And facing Albies, much better as a right-handed hitter compared to a left. That was a check swing according to Chris Guccione. And the count evens at a ball and a strike.
Ozzie Albies from the right side, 391. A 1023 OPS.
Had a defensive swing his last time up and a little pop up and a very similar swing here. And Bryson Stott will make the catch. Second time Albies has popped up to second. A moment ago, Matt Weiner with Rob Thompson, the Philly skipper.
Well, Rob, I know you didn't promise Ranger Suarez a longer outing tonight, but it feels like maybe he's earned some more time.
Geez, the stuff's really good right now. You know, he's throwing strikes, getting ahead. Curveball's good, changeup's good. He's keeping them off balance. He's doing a great job.
Lots of traffic on the base paths for you already. You've got to be happy with that. How about the approaches?
Yeah, the at-bats are really good. We got his pitch count up pretty good for him. First and second, one out in both first and second inning, and first and third, one out. We just haven't pushed one across yet.
Thanks much.
Thank you.
It took Rob Thompson till the age of 59 to get a chance to manage. He said it was sort of a goal, but he was very comfortable as a coach. He spent 28 years in the Yankees organization. Joe Torre nicknamed him Topper because he was always on top of everything. What a nickname to have. Canadian born from Ontario, now age 60. Took over last season for Joe Girardi in early June. Went from interim manager, taking his team to the World Series. Got a multi-year contract, and he's got his team a win away from another trip to the championship series. As Riley turns out around left field, that is going to get up, and it bounces out. Austin Riley, a solo home run here in the fourth inning. Riley puts the Braves in front. It just crept over the wall. And Riley, who hit a huge home run in game 2, delivers with his second home run of the postseason.
Very similar right here. It's a changeup that you see. He gets him out front, BA, but Riley again so strong. Look at that hand almost comes off the bat again. And I mean, this ball 346. Oh, I mean, just over.
And now Olsen with a base hit to left. So here come the Braves. A home run by Riley. Olsen with a single on the first pitch. 2 men aboard with one away.
I would think you might see that Phillies bullpen start to possibly get going here. And, you know, in the same way that happened to Bryce Elder last night, where it kind of unraveled quick. And this is the point of the game right here with Marcell Ozuna last time. Rob Thompson came out and got Ranger Suarez.
Yeah, he had targeted Ozuna's second at bat when he was going to make a pitching change. But as Rob Thompson just told Matt Weiner, trying to feel the game a little bit here, may let him go a little longer, and he does get a second at bat against Ozuna. Ozuna grounded to short his last time up. Some life in that Atlanta dugout. Needed somebody to break the seal. It's only 329 down that left field line. Riley hit at 346. Just crept it over the wall.
Say, just hit the top. It might be closer to 336.
Bouncing ball. Chance for 2 here. Turner picks it. Steps on the bag. No problem for a double play. That's a bounce back for Suarez. Mark that one down in the book. Austin Riley on an 0-2 pitch. His second home run. And for the second time in this series, it gives the Braves the lead. Well, all the pieces in place in the American League. Rangers, Astros. That ALCS will start on Fox on Sunday. Phillies and Braves, if necessary. We'll do this again in Atlanta Saturday. It could be a matchup of Max Fried and Zach Wheeler. Braves have a 1-0 lead. JT Realmuto with a swing and a miss.
Astros 7th straight ALCS.
An incredible run. Dusty Baker took him to the World Series title a year ago. So the reigning National League champs are still alive, the Phillies, and the reigning World Series champs are still alive, the Astros, and that is some rivalry between the Rangers and the Astros in the same division in the AL West. That's going to be fun.
The Lone Star State ALCS.
Got a boot. Why don't you plan for a shiny boot now? A swing at a miss. Realmuto chases a high fastball at 100 miles an hour.
Well, got him here to expand the zone. That's where you see Strider like to go, and Realmuto chased way up on that one. But this is where Strider needed to try to have a shutdown inning right here if you're the Atlanta Braves. One thing the Phillies have done is when other teams have scored all postseason, they've answered right back.
Castellanos deep into left field. It is a fair ball home run.
Two home runs last night for Castellanos. You heard Matt Weiner earlier talk about off-speed pitches, what the Phillies were trying to attack right here. First pitch slider that kind of spun. 108 off the bat, 404.
Marshall's bunt takes a ball. Phillies tie it quickly. Castellanos a walk and a homer now. There's no doubt it had the distance. The only question was it going to stay true on its line and stay fair, and it did. Marsh takes a fastball right down the middle. Phillies with their 9th home run in this division series, flexing their muscles. Marsh a swing and a miss. 99-mile-an-hour fastball away.
5 hits for the Phillies this game, 3 on that slider.
Quick answer by Castellanos. Strider deals, and Marsh a fly ball to left, shallow. Pilar's coming in, and there is out number 2. Castellanos had a great year this year. Career high in RBIs with 106, 29 home runs this season. His first 26 games of his postseason career, just 1 homer. And he's got 3 here in the last 2 games in 5 at-bats. Matches Austin Riley's home run that put the Braves in front. 2 outs. Rojas a cut and a miss.
A lot of people forget Castellanos' first half hit 301 and was actually, all these sluggers they have, was the all-star. One of the 2 all-stars for the Phillies.
And was an all-star with the Reds 2 years ago. Phillies have an answer once again. I mentioned the Braves have only had a lead after the completion of 2 innings in this division series. His home run last night put the Phillies on the board first. Then he hit another one for good measure, and no doubter into deep left center. Rojas a swing and a miss. Rojas strikes out. Inning is over. Strider with 5 Ks, but Nick Castellanos, he loves hitting at home at Citizens Bank Park. Barrels it up and ties it at 1.
Ever since I can remember, I've been working these, and they better put my money in my hand. Ever since I can remember, I've been.
Hey, it's not too late to sign up for DraftKings Sportsbook during the postseason. Bet $5 and get $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app. Sign up with the promo code HEAT. All tied at 1. Austin Riley a homer.
It's inside.
With 1 out in the 4th inning. That came on an 0-2 pitch. And then Nick Castellanos on the first pitch he sees with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, ties it. And his 3rd home run in the last 2 games. Murphy rings one back up the middle and a base hit. So Sean Murphy with a single to start the 5th inning. All right, Frenchie, play manager here, Rob Thompson. If you're looking at Ranger Suarez, you're in the bottom 4 of the batting order right now for Atlanta. What's your strategy?
Well, you would be thinking in 3 batters you got Michael Harris at the bottom. I don't think there's any way. I think you're going to see Sir Anthony Dominguez for Ronald Acuna. The question is here, Pilar and Arcia, you know, this is their chance to add to some of that damage before the lineup flips over.
No, this is a...
And if you're Ranger, look, I think he knows the situation right here. He knows he's got 3 batters to kind of empty the tank. Good curveball against Pilar.
Pilar swung at the first pitch he saw on the 3rd. He flew out to left, and he was on the first one as well this time. Suarez almost threw that away. JT Realmuto said he treats these games with Suarez in the playoffs like every inning could be his last inning. What would be the difference then in a regular start in the regular season?
Well, I just think you're seeing high velocity from him. He doesn't usually live 95, 96. We've seen some of that.
Not really trying to set up hitters for later.
At this point, you know, and probably going into this game, you knew max you were going to see everybody twice. So exactly where, look, he's done great time. He doesn't have the stuff Spencer Strider does, where you can go out there sometimes and blow. So you got to pitch a little more. You know, all the talk's been on all these other guys in the pen, and he's done a great job in his 2 starts here.
Really has. 13 straight scoreless innings in the postseason, going back to last year. That was snapped. As Pilar takes a ball, there's that curveball again from Suarez.
But it will be interesting. Say that Pilar is able to reach base here. Ooh. You might see Rob Thompson go down and get Dominguez for Arcia.
Up to the bottom 4 to try to do some damage here as Pilar fouls it away and let's send it down to Matt Weiner.
Well, BA, that Murphy single is a very encouraging sign if you're a Braves fan, because the bottom of this lineup, in contrast to the regular season, just hasn't produced much. Before this inning, the bottom 4 hitters in the lineup were 4 of 46 in this series. And on the other side, the Phillies have gotten production all over the place. In Game 3, 7 of their 9 lineup spots produced either runs or RBIs, and they have 3 different hitters, Harper, Castellanos, and Turner, who each have at least 4 hits so far in this series.
Been quite the contrast. Thank you, Matt. Big strikeout there for Suarez. And this was a Braves lineup and a batting order that was their strength this year. 1 through 9, no holes and no windows for opposing starting pitchers. Arcia takes a strike. Suarez flips that curveball on the back door.
The thing about it, Orlando Arcia was an all-star this year for the Atlanta Braves. Michael Harris in the 9-hole, one of the best hitters in the second half. So they were able to feed that top of the lineup. Has not happened here.
Arcia tracks one all the way in, low, 1-1 the count. Attaboy chance for Orlando Arcia. Comments after game 2, Harper's base running mistake. Arcia saying in the clubhouse, attaboy Harper. And then Harper in game 3 with 2 homers and had a couple of stare downs of Arcia on his way around the base paths. Two and two the count.
And see, that's exactly the pitch right there that we talk about. Big swing, kind of not doing what you've done all year. That's a pitch that usually, as a hitter, 2-1, you look to drive that to right field, shoot the hole. Look at the huge hole they're giving Arcia on the right side right here. What do you try to do? Try to pull that one.
The 2-2, and that one misses. Suarez not afraid to pitch inside to these right-handed hitters. Arcia is not a fast runner. Golden double play opportunity if he gets one on the ground. Arcia just serves one into center field. That's going to be caught. Rojas throw to first and safe. Oh, I'm not quite sure what Murphy was doing at second base. He was lagging a little bit. Rojas with a head of steam makes a nice running catch. Arcia retired. Murphy just gets back.
You know, it was kind of, the swing was like that little check swing, and it just kept floating a little bit and carrying. And Murphy here, just a huge mistake, got doubled off on that. Just got back.
And a good pick by Harper on the long hop. 2 men are out now. Here's Michael Harris. Harris bouncing ball to Stott. And Ranger Suarez works through the bottom of the Braves batting order. Probably his last batter faced. 5 strong, 1-1 game. Phillies coming up in the home 5th. Spencer Strider, 24-year-old ace of the Atlanta Braves, led the majors in wins this year, led the majors in strikeouts, and broke John Smoltz's franchise record for Ks. Strider, it has been laborious in this game for him to get through 4 innings. 4 innings, 5 hits, the home run by Castellanos, and he's got the top of the order coming up. 3rd time around now for the Phillies against Strider as we play in the bottom of the 5th. Strider threw 11 pitches last inning. Gave up the first pitch homer to, with 1 out to Castellanos. And then nothing but fastballs. So that's been his run so far. High pitch count for Strider, who normally gets early contact or strikeouts.
Now those first 3 innings, you see, 2019-18, he had traffic on and had to make pitches to get out of the inning.
He's got Schwarber 0-2. And Schwarber, a swing and a miss. Strider with a nasty slider. He starts throwing it there with consistency. The strikeouts will come more frequently. He's got 6 now.
When you go back to game 1, this pitch right here to the left-handed hitter for the Phillies just could not lay off it. I think the only guy we saw was Bryce Harper on that walk to Strider back in game 1, lay off that pitch.
Of the 5 hits he's allowed, 3 of those on the slider, including Trey Turner's double. He's got one again. Trey Turner turns a slider around and puts the Phillies in front. His 3rd hit of the game. A triple away from the cycle already, and he gives the Phillies the lead.
Well, 2nd time. Castellanos last inning. Turner this inning. First pitch slider that just hung. 104 off the bat, 403 feet.
And a hanging slider. Here's Harper now. Takes a rip at a fastball.
We told you this game coming into it, Trey Turner 0 for 17. And now he's 3 for 3 on 5 pitches here in game 4.
The 10th homer of this division series for the Phillies. Trey Turner. Now 7 hits in the NLDS. 4 hits in the 2 games of the wild card series. Harper intentionally walked in the 1st, then had a sharp single into right field in the 3rd inning with 2 strikes. Takes a ball, 3-1. Big swing and a miss by Harper. Count goes full. Strider at 3-2, and he misses badly. Harper draws the walk. 3rd time on for Bryce Harper. And with one away, a man is on, and Rick Kranitz, the Braves pitching coach, is on his way to the mound.
Find great stays across the USA. From boutique hotels to beach house getaways. Booking.com, Booking.
Yeah.
Every inning has required some stress pitches, more stress than just a regular postseason start would require. The bullpen is quiet for now. This is the Braves' ace.
Now, you remember Matt Weiner telling us that their approach was going to be trying to hit his slider out over the zone. He got 6 hits now tonight for the Phillies, 4 of those on sliders, and 3 extra base hits on the slider. The home run by Turner and Castellanos, and the double in the first by Turner.
And now it's Bohm. Been a frustrating night for Bohm. He has stranded 4 runners already in his first 2 at-bats. So I'm talking to Kevin Long, his hitting coach, after his last at-bat. Those in-game adjustments, those in-at-bat adjustments as well. Braves set up for a double play ball. Bohm takes a strike. Bohm's lone RBI in this series came on the first pitch he saw in game 2. Had an RBI single. And Bohm bouncing ball to third. Riley to second. Out there. Albies to first, and a double play. Frustration mounting here for Bohm, but the Phillies have grabbed the lead. The home run ball, a big story in this series. Trey Turner, who homered last night, has him in back-to-back games, and the Phillies lead it 2-1 after 5 in game 4. All right, EJ, thank you. And here we go with Sir Anthony Dominguez. Acuna, first ball swinging. Stott takes care of him for out number 1. 1 pitch and 1 out for Dominguez. First out of the bullpen for Rob Thompson.
Well, and a big out for Dominguez, keeping Ronald Acuna off the base pass with the stolen base threat. He's the one that came in and got the first full clean inning. After Ranger Suarez in game 1 gave up 2 hits but struck out the side also.
Yeah, he struck out Acuna and Riley to end the inning with a couple of men on base in that game 1 in the 5th inning. Ozzie Albies turns around, hits left-handed. Hey, Ranger Suarez. I mean, Rob Thompson and the Phillies could not ask more out of Suarez. 2 starts in this postseason, both terrific. This time he goes 5 with just 1 earned run.
Yeah, no walks.
Suarez 3 2/3 scoreless in his game 1 start. Rob Thompson gives him a little extra leash here in game 4, leading 2-1 in the series, and it paid off as Albies gets jammed. Fly ball to Marsh in left field, and 2 men are out. Any sign of trouble? Jose Alvarado, and you can bet he's got his eyes on Matt Olson, who is on deck. Thompson is right where he wants to be with his bullpen to try to take him to the finish line and join the Arizona Diamondbacks in the National League Championship Series.
See him just counting. I need 10 more outs is what he's trying to say.
Austin Riley into center field, a base hit. So Riley with his 2nd hit of the game, and remember had a line out his first time up. 2 out single. The Braves keep the inning going, and now Olson will step in, and Rob Thompson will step out of that dugout.
Well, he pretty much probably told Dominguez, you got 3 hitters, and if Olson comes up this inning We've seen Rob Thompson. He said, I'm going to make sure Alvarado faces Olson.
When to deploy your best relievers. This would be the Phillies' best reliever in Alvarado. 3 batters for Dominguez, a 2-out single, and now Alvarado, the hard-throwing lefty, on his way in to face Olson with 2 away. The 2023 NLDS presented by Booking.com.
At the office of the Commissioner of Baseball and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent.
Wear what the players are wearing on field during the postseason. Check out the largest selection of authentic jerseys, caps, tees, and more, and root for your favorite team. MLBshop.com. Get you one of those powder blues. What the Phillies are wearing tonight, they lead 2-1. Every pitcher has a specific lane, and Alvarado is Rob Thompson's best, and he's got Olson here with 2 outs.
Yeah, look at that season, amazing. And then this postseason 3 innings pitch came in and game 1 and game 2. Game 2 actually got 2 outs, sat back down, came back out to get Michael Harris. And this is the part that you can see, even Dominguez only giving up that single to Olson. You're only up 1, and you got the league leader with 54 home runs in Matt Olson.
Olson with Riley at first. Had a single his last time up on the first pitch he saw. And he swings away and fouls it away. We talked to Rob Thompson about how he uses his bullpen. He does have Craig Kimbrell as his closer, but Alvarado can be a closer. It really just matters when he feels the game needs a moment and what part of the order the Braves are in. And he's feeling the moment right now to try to get the Phillies back to the dugout in the 6th. Olson, a swing and a miss. Power sinker from Alvarado. 0-2 the count. Tough matchup, lefty on lefty. Olson able to lay off, close pitch. Wow, fastball just dotted. Didn't get the call. 1-2 the count now.
That was a close one. Bottom part of the zone. So tough because of that fastball cutter combo.
He deals. Olson jammed, a pop foul and out of play. That fastball riding up and in on Olson. That was probably a ball, but can't take the chance. It was also 99 miles an hour.
Yeah, you don't have much time, but we've seen the way Rob Thompson is managing here, knowing that it's a 2-1 ball game. Here at home with this crowd, he wants to continue to play in front, and he didn't want Dominguez, even with that good heat, to see Matt Olson.
He's navigated the series perfectly so far, Rob Thompson. The 1-2. Olson, a high fly ball. That's going to hang up there for Rojas. And Alvarado gets Olson to in the 6th. Braves come up empty. Phillies still lead 2-1. Stott will lead off when we come back.
Back to Philly, and we're going to show you here the Phillies game plan today. Sliders out over the plate and up. Look at where all 4 of those pitches are right there. They're sliders, top part of the zone. They're 4 for 7 off the slider today in at bats. And you see Bryce Harper's, of course, the single to right, but the other 3 with damage.
Bryson Stott leads off, fouls a fastball away. So 81 pitches for Strider. 21 of those have been the slider you're talking about. 13 of those for strikes, and the Phillies are 4 for 7 off that slider. He's thrown some excellent sliders that have gotten him some big outs and strikeouts, but the ones up in the zone have been hit hard. Phillies have been ready for him, and the way this Phillies offense is churning right now, they just aren't missing many mistakes at this point.
No, and both pitches for the home runs, first pitch sliders to Castellanos and Turner.
Strider deals a 1-1, swing and a miss. Big fastball again. Mostly 2 pitches for Strider tonight. He's only thrown 5 changeups and has only hit with 1 of those for a strike. So he's narrowing down the 2 pitches that he has command of as he gets late in this start, and the Phillies leading 2-1 in the bottom of the 6th.
And again, another game. You go back to game 1, 7 innings, 8 Ks for Strider. With the Braves offense, you would have thought that would be enough. Well, here you are again in game 4, and Strider's doing his part. Yes, he's given up 2 solo shots, but here in the 6th inning, only giving up 2 runs.
The 1-2, and he misses another fastball. In case Strider runs into some trouble here, A.J. Minter, the lefty, Pierce Johnson, the right-hander. Stott, Realmuto, and Castellanos, first 3 up. Stott hanging tough. Stott struck out his last time up, Jeff, but it was an 8-pitch battle. And he fouled off a lot of fastballs just like this.
Yeah, and then Strider finally beat him to the spot, tailing away a little bit with 98.
Pitch number 7 of the sequence here to start the 6th inning. And he fouls another one away. No secrets here for Strider.
No, I think you're seeing Stott a little late right now on him. You chanced on that slider of hanging it. If you're going to do it, you better bury it.
This would be the pitch to do it at a 2-2 count. Let's see what he does. 2-2, and he got him. He threw him a changeup, and Stott swings and misses for out number 1. Strikeout number 7 for Spencer Strider.
Well, and look, right when this release, Stott pulled the trigger, and you can see it was way out in front. Only a 6th changeup of the game, but that was a good one.
Stott's 0 for 3. 1 away in the 6th inning. Here's JT Realmuto now. Swing and a miss. Trying to ambush that first pitch fastball. Realmuto's been in swing mode. He struck out on a pitch shoulder high his last time up at 100 miles an hour. 0 for 2.
I don't know if that last slider that he threw Trey Turner made him mad, but it seems like he's unloading the tank right here.
Pouring the fastballs. Yeah. Turner, what a night. 3 hits. He's a triple away from the cycle. Double, single, go-ahead home run in the 5th. Castellanos and Turner with the homers tonight. Riley put the Braves on the board with a homer in the 4th. As Realmuto a drive into right field, deep, Acuna back, and he makes a play for out number 2. Got another fastball. He flies out. 2 up, 2 down for Strider. Don't forget, you can customize your feed, get personalized stats and highlights, and enjoy free live streams with the MLB app. Your home for postseason baseball. Download the MLB app today. Castellanos now with 2 away. On that first pitch as well, Strider gave him his best heater.
Strider sitting at 92 pitches, still pumping 100 easy gas. I don't think he was going to flip over a hanging slider that time.
Tried one there. Buried it. Well, Braves jumped in front on the Riley homer in the 4th. Bottom half, Castellanos with 1 out. Squares it up, his 3rd home run in the last 2 games. Kind of felt like Castellanos was getting it going a little bit. Remember, he hit the ball hard every time up in game 2, and it was the ball off his bat that Harris made that great catch in center field, turned it into the game-ending double play, but it was a chaser to the wall.
He's been overshadowed a little bit by first baseman Bryce Harper in this series, but 3 home runs and lots of balls squared up for this man.
1-2 the count. Strider deals. Castellanos fouls it away. That's his best fastball yet. 101. Strider has not had a 3-up, 3-down inning in this game. Castellanos, high fly ball, way back, goodbye. Castellanos makes it 3-1. Spencer Strider is out. A 2-strike, 100-mile-an-hour fastball, and Castellanos finally squares it up.
112 off the bat. I mean, this swing was perfect right through it. 100 miles per hour. 90th something pitch of the game, 415 feet to ring the bell.
The Phillies.
Look at his son.
Look at Liam, 10-year-old son of Castellanos. So that's my dad.
Yeah.
Nick Castellanos. 2 homers last night in Game 3. 2 homers tonight in Game 4. The first Philly to do it. 3-1.
First Philly be to have back-to-back multi-home run games. And look at that, bring the crowd to his feet, the curtain call, his son loving it.
This place was rocking. Wow. The entire commercial break we sent you away as the pitching change comes. A.J. Minter on the mound for Atlanta. Interesting, Rob Thompson's going to stick with Brandon Marsh.
Talk about the long ball. 11 home runs now in this series for the Phillies.
That is one off a division series record as Marsh pulls one. Albies can't get it. A base hit. Marsh thinking about 2, and he'll hold up. Rob Thompson letting his lefty get an at-bat against a left-handed pitcher, and he delivers. Marsh 3 hits last night, 2 more tonight.
Well, all season you've seen this, for the most part, be a platoon late, especially in the season. I think he likes Marsh's ABs, the way he's been hitting it, and B wants him in there for his defense.
Marsh could have certainly taken second base. Acuna never took off, never went to field it. He thought Albies was going to take it all the way, and Marsh kicked it himself. Rojas with 2 away takes a ball. Spencer Strider chanting his name last night. He exits with 5 2/3 and 3 earned runs. 3 home runs. Castellanos twice and Trey Turner. Rojas pops it up. He should end the inning. Olsen wants it, and the side retired, but the Phillies flexing their muscles on the Braves, the team that tied a major league record for homers. Phillies beating them at their own game right now, 3-1 as we go to the 7th. Big moments, big bat flips. TBS Total Motion presented by Progressive. The 3 solo homers tonight. Nick Castellanos, not only the first Philly with multiple homers in back-to-back games. It's never happened in baseball before. The first to ever do it. First ball swinging, Ozuna, and Harper coming in. He's got it, out number 1. Alvarado stays in. He got the last out of the 6th. Castellanos, 2 home runs yesterday, and home runs in consecutive at-bats here tonight. The first player in the history of the game to do it in the postseason. Amazing. Phillies and tied a major league record yesterday as a team with 6 homers.
And to do it on a first pitch slider like that, and then getting fastballs kind of blown by you a little bit, and he cuts down and hits one at 100 miles per hour. You took his 2 best pitches.
The inability of Strider to throw the slider, though, to have confidence in the slider. As you illustrated, all those hits against the slider. These Philly hitters just know a fastball's coming. And you big leaguers, if you get looks, even at 100 miles an hour, there's a way to get the barrel to it.
You see it too many times and you get it going a little bit, you can time up anything, and that's what he did there. You know, looking at it too, look, at the end of the day, Strider gave up 3 solo shots, but between game 1 and game 4 today, he did what aces are supposed to do. You know, the story of the game, Brian Snitker told us, we got to score runs, and that's exactly where we are here in the 7th inning, and the Braves with only 1 run.
Saw Max Fried talking to Strider. That's a hot one. Nice play by Stott. One of the great defensive second basemen in the game. Made that look easy. Good hands. Murphy retired. 2 outs in the 7th inning. Sounded like he broke his bat. Murphy hit a home run on a broken bat in the regular season. That was in on him. Alvarado rarely pitched across multiple innings in the regular season. Now he's doing it in his 2 outings in game 2 and now game 4. He didn't pitch yesterday. Kevin Pillar takes a ball. Phillies are 7 outs away. They've got their best reliever on the mound right now. How long will Thompson let it ride? As Pillar swing and a miss, 100.
Credit the Phillies pitchers. What they've done, BA, is this whole series they've kept the Braves from getting rallies early. A lot of the hits with 2 outs. Tonight, only 1 time a leadoff hitter on base.
This bullpen logged the fewest innings in Major League Baseball, a testament to the Phillies starting pitching and the confidence that Caleb Cotham and Rob Thompson have, allowing their starters to go deeper in games. And this Phillies bullpen is primed for the postseason right now. Offense and the homers have been the headliner, but this pitching staff has been dominant. Will Max Fried get his chance Saturday in Atlanta? Braves are going to have to come back to do it. They were down 4-0 in game 2. Scored 5 unanswered. And a snatch him back in game 2. 2-2 the count, 2 outs. Alvarado fires. Pillar hangs in there.
96 mile per hour cutter.
That's the thing. He's not just a 2-pitch pitcher as a dominant reliever. He's got an array of pitches he can call on.
Well, and he's just a little bit sometimes effectively wild, which is so tough because of the velocity to really zero in on an area.
It's as nasty as it gets. He fires, and that one's high. Alvarado was traded from the Rays to the Phillies prior to the 21 season. Had a rough postseason last year. He's been great for him thus far. 3-2 pitch. Pillar lays off. What an at-bat there. Pillar draws the walk. And the Braves will bring the tying run to the plate here in Orlando Arcia. Tell you what, if Orlando Arcia knocks one out of here to tie this game, he may stare at every Philly on the way around. What a spot. 2 outs. Arcia takes a ball.
Go back to game 2. Kevin Pillar got a 3-2 count. Got caught looking with 99 in. That time was able to lay off a pitch up in the zone.
Braves have the tying run at the plate. Arcia, the number 8 hitter. And he takes a ball. 2-0 the count. Arcia is most definitely in swing mode, but able to stop that swing and get himself ahead in the count. Two and 0. Here he comes. Big swing and a miss. Chased one that time. Over aggressive. It made up his mind, and now it's 2-1. Wheels in motion in that Philadelphia bullpen as Craig Kimbrell is loosening here in the 7th inning. 3-1 the count.
Well, if Orlando Arcia was to take that 2-0 pitch right there, it'd be 7 straight balls now by Alvarado. So here you're in a 3-1 count. I get it. You're one swing away from tying this ball game up, but you also can't expand to the point where you let Alvarado off the hook.
Auto take.
I don't know about that.
Let's see. 3-1. He swings and misses. 3-2 the count. Steady diet of cutters in.
Well, another ball there. So if you're Arcia now, you face 5 pitches. All 5 pitches have been for balls.
Big pitch coming. Alvarado deals. Arcia takes ball 4. He walks him back-to-back walks to the 7 and 8 hitter. Now the lefty Michael Harris scheduled to hit. I think Brian Snitker is going to go to his bench now. Alvarado had it going, retired the first 3 back-to-back walks. And wheels in motion now. Not only a pinch hitter coming up, a pinch runner for Arcia. Wall will be the runner who carries the tying run. And Brian Snitker is emptying out right now to try to get some runs on the board. And it's going to be Travis d'Arnaud. Once he's announced, which he has just been, Rob Thompson is out to make a pitching change.
We're going to see Craig Kimbrell now in the game in the 7th inning.
Typically the 8 and 9 pitchers, the setup and the closer in some way, are pitching in the 6th and 7th inning for the Phillies right now.
Welcome to postseason baseball.
Got to do it. What a game. Here comes Kimbrell, the former Brave, with 2 outs in the 7th. Is a game 5. It'll be Saturday night right here on TBS. Coverage starts at 7:30 Eastern. Sunday on Fox starts the American League Championship Series. Rangers, Astros on Fox starting at 8:15 Eastern. And don't forget, this October, TNT Sports will produce a postseason all-cast for every game of the NLCS. Pedro Martinez and some of the best current and former Hispanic, Latino MLB players will be with them as they break down the game like never before. Postseason all-cast, Peloteros, every NLCS game night exclusively on True TV and Max. And Jeff, here comes Kimbrell.
I definitely didn't think I'd be seeing Craig Kimbrell in the 7th inning tonight in this game, but you know, Rob Thompson has gone to his high leverage guys on moments he feels that the game is starting to turn the other way. So far this whole series, for the most part, the Phillies have been able to put out fires, and you can see Brian Snitker here going to Travis d'Arnaud to try to come up with a big hit.
d'Arnaud hits for Harris. Forrest Wall runs for Arcia. d'Arnaud's first career postseason pinch hit appearance. Had the big home run in game 2. Well, he says he can't hear. Home plate umpire David Rackley on his way out. Pitch comm system needs some maintenance. Kind of supposed to have this worked out before you get on the mound. How about this moment here against Zach Wheeler? Probably made one mistake in that game in game 2, and d'Arnaud made him pay.
Yeah, d'Arnaud's had some big moments in the postseason. Should go back to May at Truist Park. Travis d'Arnaud pinch hit for Michael Harris in the 9th inning against the Philadelphia Phillies with Soto on the mound and hit a walk-off single.
2 outs, 7th inning. Wall carries the tying run at first. Go-ahead run at the plate, and Travis d'Arnaud, first ball swinging, he fouls it away. Well-placed fastball by Kimbrel. Alvarado retired his first 3 batters, and then back-to-back walks of Pilar and Arcia. Those are his runners out there. Braves down 3-1 in the 7th. 1-1 the count. This crowd was rocking. It was loud. First real anxiety they felt here. Blowout win last night in a game they hit 6 homers. Really not in question. Different story tonight. Kimbrel fires, and it's ball 2.
I know these guys will tell you anytime they're be ready to pitch, but I'd imagine Craig Kimbrel in his career has not come into this scenario too many times.
He's in the 400 save club. Got his 400 in Atlanta in May, sitting on 417. He saved game 1 of this DS. d'Arnaud lays off, 3 balls and a strike. Boy, the wheels in motion right now. The dangerous Ronald Acuna. He has been waiting for a chance, waiting for a moment. Hitters count for d'Arnaud. 3-1. Kimbrel deals, and it's a strike. Perfectly placed fastball. Can't do it any better than that. That's a clutch pitch from Kimbrel.
Let me tell you, if you're a hitter here, you're thinking 3-1. I'm looking for something to drive. There's not much you could do with that pitch.
Both runners will get a head start. 3-2, 2 outs. There they go, and it is a ball low. 3 consecutive walks. They are loaded up for Ronald Acuna Jr. The Braves are right where they want to be. Caleb Cotham on his way to the mound. Kimbrel's first batter faced is a walk. Ronald Acuna, he missed out on the World Series run in 21. But in the NLDS of 2018, a grand slam in game 3 against the Dodgers.
You go back to his rookie year for that in game 3 versus Walker Buehler. One of his welcome to the postseason moments, and now more than ever his team needs one of those moments here.
Well, Bryce Harper hit the big home run in the 3rd inning yesterday. Harper, the Phillies' best hitter, has been at his best in this postseason, and now a world-class matchup here. One of the all-time great closers against the likely MVP in the National League. Nicky Lopez in to run. He'll stay in the game to play short. He'll run for d'Arnaud. What a moment. Anxious crowd at Citizens Bank Park. And that gets back to the screen. Oh, and Pilar stops. Now racing back to second goes Wall. Ooh, Pilar had a chance, but he didn't quite see it. The angle he's running on, he couldn't pick up the baseball. I feel like he would have scored easily if he keeps going.
Yeah, this is one, trust your instincts, and you see he comes back, and I agree, Kimbrel wasn't even halfway, but you know, in his mind right there, the last thing he wanted to do was get thrown out at home plate.
Can't do it.
Probably the guy that's going to win the MVP at the plate.
2 outs. They're loaded up. Braves down 3-1. Kimbrel deals. Acuna takes a strike. One and one the count. Here he comes, and a big swing and a miss. Threw him a curveball, and it's 1-2 on Acuna. Oh. Moment of truth here. Tying run at second base. Acuna fouls it back. A mighty lash at it. That, folks, is no two-strike approach.
No.
That is damage.
You know, in football, when you hear the term big on big, this is it right here. The best closers the last 15 years in baseball facing the MVP, possibly.
Pilar, Wall, Nicky Lopez. Here he comes. Lays off. Well, another pitch out of the strike zone. All three runners get a head start. This could be the game right here and now. 2-2. Craig Kimbrell deals. Acuna gets jammed. A little flare foul. Harper giving chase, and it'll be in the seats. Counter made to 2-2.
What a matchup. Oh.
It's as good as a baseball gets right here. Big names in a big moment. $45,000 here. They are all standing, and most of them quiet, trying to drum up some noise here. 2-2 the count. Another one comes. Acuna, fly ball, left center field. On the run is Rojas, and he makes the catch. Rojas was a little shaky, but he hauls it in. The inning is over. The Braves strand the bases loaded. The rookie center fielder somehow brings it in. And I'm sure his heart is pounding right out of that baby blue jersey.
You're sprinting as hard as you can, and that wall's sitting right there. And the emotion when he made that catch. And the emotion for Kimbrell.
Wow. Empty it out. And we're only in the 7th. Take a breath. Stretch time in Philadelphia. Phillies still up 3-1 in Game 4. You're watching the 2023 National League Division Series. It's presented by Booking.com. The rookie, Johan Rojas, with wobbly knees, able to run that deep fly ball down into left center. Acuna strands the bases loaded as we take a look at our game summary. 3-1 Philadelphia. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning as we welcome you back in. Brian Anderson with Jeff Francoeur. There is so much to unpack in that sequence. Your laundry list, Jeff.
Well, first off, Pilar not scoring there. If he scores, you cut it to 3-2. And now, if you know, look, Rojas, you can see he's sitting there talking, saying, I kind of, as you said, that was he made that a little tougher than it needed to be. But with the moment and where it was, taking away probably a double or triple from the MVP.
A.J. Minter back on the mound. Kyle Schwarber, the Phillies leadoff hitter, will start this bottom of the 7th.
But why I was saying that was so important, as you see Nicky Lopez at shortstop, Forrest Wall goes to center field.
Schwarber breaks his bat, little pop up to Albies, and there is out number 1.
But I was saying it was important because if that run can cut it to 3-2, you're to the spot now. He's either bringing Kimbrell back out after those pressure situations, but if you're the Atlanta Braves, he's used his 2 main bullets in Alvarado and Kimbrell. And as you said at the end of the action, it's only the 7th inning, so still 6 outs. the Phillies bullpen's going to have to get.
Trey Turner here. He's a triple away from the cycle. Yeah, you start running the path for Rob Thompson to get to the finish line. He's got great arms in his bullpen. There's no question about that. But the Phillies are inverted right now. Those who typically pitch in the 6th and the 7th are now going to have to pitch in the 8th and the 9th. Here's Johnson for the Braves, loosening with Mentor on the mound. Figure Mentor is going to take him through Bryce Harper. Harper due up next. And you know, if you're Rob Thompson right now, and I love the move because you got to get through the madness. You got to get through Acuna and the bases loaded and all that's going on. Braves might have had their shot. And now you're hoping your offense can add on here. And the way they've been hitting, that's not a bad bet for Rob Thompson.
Look, in game 1, he took that chance by putting Alvarado out there a lot earlier. Kimbrel did pitch the 9th, but they weren't able to add on, but the bullpen did their job. Now they're going to have to do it again here in game 4.
2-2 the count on Trey Turner. 3-2 now. 3 hits for Turner, 2 last night, including a homer. He's homered in back-to-back games. Phillies have hit 11 home runs in this division series. 1 off a DS record. And Turner bouncing ball. That is going to be stopped, but no chance to get Turner. Lopez runs it down. Turner's got his 4th hit of the game. 2 singles, a double, and a homer. And speed on the bags with 1 out.
Yeah, you can see playing Turner to pull over there. Pretty darn good job by Nicky Lopez just getting to this ball. One of the best defensive infielders in all of baseball.
Give us a quick scouting report on Lopez and Wall, who are now factors in this game at shortstop and center.
Well, Wall obviously not the experience that you're going to see with Nicky Lopez. Got a lot of good time with the Royals.
Bryce Harper, first ball swinging, high fly ball right center, and this is going to hang up for Acuna. Turner back to first, just missed it on the bat. It had the sound, but he got under it. And now that Harper is clear,
that could have been the knockout punch.
Oh, he just missed it. Wow.
You know, hitters know too, and you could tell he was looking a little too high.
Last batter face for A.J. Mentor, one of Brian Snitker's best options in the bullpen. He's out. And here comes Johnson. 2 away and a runner at first in the bottom of the 7th inning. Pitching change in game 4. We'll set up the matchup when we come back. Award is awarded annually to the best overall offensive performer in each league. You can cast your vote. Just scan the QR code or go to MLB.com/Aaron. Acuna, Olsen, Harper, all candidates this season. Acuna still burning in right field. 0 for 4 tonight. He's had a couple of chances in this game with men on base. Just stranded the bases loaded as Craig Kimbrel gets out of a jam in the top of the 7th. Frenchie Pierce Johnson now with 2 outs and Trey Turner at first base.
Yeah, 1 2/3 this postseason has been terrific since coming over for the Rockies. They'll face Alec Boehm, who I'm sure is looking to redeem himself.
Turner is the first Phillies player in postseason history and franchise history with 4 hits. Just had an infield single with 1 out. He is a threat to run. Alec Boehm 0 for 3. Bounced into a double play his last time up.
Well, that's the thing. It's probably a good time for Turner to go here in the next pitch or 2. You got a pitcher in Johnson, BA, who loves to throw that curveball a lot.
Check on him. First disengagement. You get 3 to throw over, but on the 3rd you have to record an out. Turner started, then stopped, and the pitch gets away. Turner will end up at second base on a wild pitch. And now a big insurance run at second base for the Phillies.
You remember we've talked numerous times, the threat of the stolen base sometimes can force a pitcher to rush a little bit, overcook that curveball.
Yeah, you shorten up your stride, you do all kind of things. Phillies have been running wild. 2-0 the count. Bohm takes a ball. Bryson Stott due next. Bohm draws the walk. Not really close for Johnson. And now it's first and second for Bryson Stott. Hey, don't forget you can catch the NHL on TNT every Wednesday. Watch on TNT or stream on Max. Two on, two out for Stott. Got to watch his first pitch if you're Johnson. Stott takes it. Takes a strike.
And with kind of the uncertainty how Rob Thompson's going to use that bullpen, the Braves only down by 2, obviously very much in this ball game, but really can't allow Philly to get too much more here. As you see, with that tells you Kimbrel's coming back out for the 8th.
The 0-1. Little half swing. Did he go? He did not. Checks his swing. Brian O'Nora, third base umpire. Strong hands. 1 ball, 1 strike. Pierce Johnson delivers. Swing and a miss. He's got a great curveball, does Johnson. Bounced around quite a bit. He came up with the Cubs. Had a stop in San Francisco, then Japan in the 2019 season. The Padres, kind of a lost year for him last year with a forearm injury. Been excellent for the Braves. Swing and a miss. Johnson goes back to the curve. A strikeout to end the inning. The Phillies strand 2. 3-1 game. We are on our way to the 8th inning. Braves coming to bat. It is the last division series standing. One more ticket to punch to the league championship series. The Arizona Diamondbacks await the winner of the Phillies or the Braves. Phillies know they are 9 wins away from a World Series title. They are a win away from sending the Atlanta Braves home. Greg Kimbrel back on the mound for the Phillies. He deals strike 1 to Ozzie Albies as we start the 8th inning.
Yeah, for Craig, back out after 13 pretty stressful pitches. Can't imagine BA's done that too many times this year.
7 multi-inning appearances in the postseason. Last time he did it was the 2020 season. That was in the wild card series against Miami. When an inning and a third in that game, he just doesn't do it very often. He rarely pitches even in the 7th inning. But you throw the plan straight out the window when you get to the postseason.
For sure, and if you're Rob Thompson, you're thinking 6 outs. That's all you need.
Hoffman and Soto. Soto the lefty. Hoffman the sinker baller. Both throw hard. Two balls and a strike on Ozzie Albies with Riley to follow, then Olsen. 3-1. Kimbrel faced 2 batters in the 7th. Came on for Alvarado. He walked Darno and then got Acuna on the big fly ball out to center with the bases loaded. 3-1. Albies pulls it foul. Riley, due next. He's been the best Braves hitter. 2 hits and a line drive out in this game. Had a home run in the 4th, the only run on the board for Atlanta. And now JT Realmuto, with the clock ticking down, runs out to the mound, and we'll get it organized with Kimbrel.
Right, if a catcher doesn't have to do enough, he's got to also look at the clock sometimes and protect his pitcher.
Ranger Suarez went 5. He was excellent, just the 1 earned run. This Phillies pitching staff has held down this high octane Braves offense. 3-2, and Albies, lazy fly ball to center field. Rojas for out number 1. Phillies are 5 outs away from a trip to the NLCS in consecutive seasons.
Okay, that's one of the biggest outs of the night right there, to be down 3-1 in that count with the home run potential of Austin Riley, Matt Olson, and Marcell Ozuna coming up.
Riley was 2 for 5 yesterday. 2 more hits tonight.
All right.
Scoreboard flipping home run in game 2. Braves are right where they want to be in their batting order.
All right.
And a strike. Perfectly placed fastball from Kimbrel. And it's 0-2. Tried to get him to chase.
You can see too, he's staying away from Austin Riley. All 3 pitches, fastballs, trying to paint that corner out there, not let him get extended and pull something in the left field seats.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Kimbrel deals a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Greg Kimbrel going vintage. 2 outs in the inning. First strikeout for Kimbrel.
Just beats him to the spot. He had worked that outside corner on all 4 pitches, and right there, close enough that Riley had to try to go get it.
Rob Thompson takes the ball. Kimbrel is out. A big hand for him. And Olson coming up. Battle Germany Saturday on TNT and streaming on Max. So Rob Thompson unloads his 2 best relievers, Alvarado and Kimbrel, and now it is game on. Gregory Soto will take over, the hard-throwing lefty, with Matt Olson coming up. 2 outs in the 8th inning.
Yeah, he pitched game 2 in Atlanta, faced Olson. Olson rolled over to Bryce Harper at first base on a sinker in. And if you're the Phillies, this is exactly how you wanted him to come up to the plate. Even a home run can only cut the lead.
If Olson reaches, Ozuna would be next. It's going to be very interesting as the Braves now go to the bottom half of their order after Ozuna. How Brian Snitker works it. He does have Rosario available. He's only got 2 players left, though. Here we go. 2 outs. 3-1 Philly lead. And the first one is low for a ball at 99 miles an hour. Depth in the bullpen for the Phillies allows Rob Thompson to do what he's doing right now. But can they bring him home? Those stressful innings in the 8th and the 9th, when these are the pitchers that are normally in the setup roles, the earlier roles in the game.
Yeah, and Marcell Ozuna sitting on deck 2 for 2 lifetime with 2 doubles off Soto.
2-0 to Matt Olson. And that one's in there. Generous call at 100 miles an hour. The major league leader in homers and RBIs, Matt Olson, trying to get Ozuna to the plate in this 8th. Olson, a bouncing ball. Stott. Harper got a late break to first, and they just got him. Harper got stuck in no man's land, and he looks hurt. That surgically repaired elbow. Harper in a collision with Olson. The out is recorded. The inning is over. But major concern here for Bryce Harper. Harper just started playing first base this season. And you could tell he wasn't quite sure whether to go for the ball or the bag. Just left that right arm out there, and Olson clips it on his way by. Wow. So Harper will exit. We'll see if he's able to stay in the game. The inning is over. We head to the bottom of the 8th. 3-1 Philadelphia, with the Phillies coming to bat.
Well, the last inning, because of those 2 steps, you can see Harper trying to tell Soto, and Matt Olson, you can see right here, his knee clips that arm where Bryce Harper got Tommy John surgery on. Only 36 games at first base for him.
He got caught in a little bit of no man's land. He does get the out, but there's major concern right now. Harper did go down into the clubhouse between innings. JT Realmuto leads off. Bottom of the 8th inning in a 3-1 game.
You know, you forget too, that's a tough play on Bryson Stott, because you know, you're sitting there just waiting, and you see Matt Olson running down the line, and at some point, you know, I got to unload the ball, and you could see because of that, the throw kind of took him away from where he was, and they clipped each other.
He stayed calm, Stott, for sure. That was a great throw in that sequence.
Yeah.
Stott's had a couple of gems. Looks routine, but with the first baseman new to the position, had to give Harper a chance to get there. 1-2 the count on Realmuto. Leans on one, a fly ball right field. That'll slice out to Acuna. And there is the first out. Marcel Iglesias, in case he's needed here in this 8th inning. Well, the man of the night, Nick Castellanos, steps in. A walk and then solo home runs in his last 2 plate appearances. The first one tied it. The one on the 6th gave him a 3-1 lead. And we're still sitting at a 3-1 game. MLB postseason record with multi-homer games in back-to-back games for Castellanos. And that was hit sharply past Riley. Castellanos with his 3rd hit. 4th time on base.
And I think it's going to be decision time now if you're Brian Snitker, even though you're towards the bottom of the lineup. What do you do here? It's the same kind of pitch we've seen him be able to stay back on and drive to the outfield. And I'll tell you what, that first home run he hit tonight was so big because of the bounce back. The Braves took the 1-0 lead. And as you see, Harper's back in the dugout. That's a good sign.
Yeah, Castellanos didn't let the Braves hold that lead long. Turner put him ahead with a homer in the 5th. Brandon Marsh with 2 hits today. Castellanos with 3 hits and a walk. Trey Turner with 4 hits in this game tonight. Harper's been on base 3 times. Phillies have banged out double-digit hits. 3 runs on 10 hits tonight in game 4. That one's in there. A strike. Johnson's go-to pitch, the curveball. Looking ahead to the Braves' 9th, Ozuna, Murphy, and then Pilar scheduled to hit. Eddie Rosario is looming large on that bench. A wave and a miss. Nasty hook by Pierce Johnson, and it's 1-2 now on Marsh. Did he go? And he did. Unable to check his swing. Marsh strikes out. Out number 2 of this 8th inning. First Make it second strikeout for Pierce Johnson, and that'll be his last batter faced.
Yeah, with Rojas coming to the plate, I think he's going to bring in Iglesias, wanting to get that high velocity fastball, which we've seen Rojas have a tough time with, knowing that he doesn't want Kyle Schwarber coming to the plate this inning and give his offense a chance in the ninth.
Johnson will exit. Goes one full inning across 2 innings, a walk and a strikeout, and here comes the Braves closer. Watching the 2023 National League Division Series. It's presented by Booking.com. 2 outs in the bottom of the 8th inning. Brian Snitker is going to bring on his closer, Raisel Iglesias. He will enter this game with the Phillies leading 3-1. And Iglesias will face Johan Rojas.
Again, in any other game, you would see Pierce Johnson get this matchup. But with Kyle Schwarber on deck, his long ball ability he's trying to close this inning right here and give, like I said, give his offense a chance in the ninth.
Ozuna, Murphy, Pilar scheduled to hit. Castellanos reaches on a 1-out single. Johnson strikes out Marsh for the 2nd out. And where does Rob Thompson go for the 9th? Gregory Soto in the game. He got Olson to finish off that 8th inning. First ball swinging, and Rojas fouls it away.
Yeah, looking down in the bullpen, I know Hoffman has been hot, but I think what it tells you is Soto's coming back out. Kind of the one chip that Brian Snitker has left on that bench is Eddie Rosario.
Yes.
And we've seen the postseason magic he can do. So I think if he wants to keep the lefty in and not have to face him in a situation.
So if Rosario is going to hit, he's going to have to face Soto, who's nasty. Arizona Diamondbacks await. They swept the Dodgers. Diamondbacks with a terrific bullpen as well, with valuable pieces. Paul Sewald has been great as their closer, but they've got weapons as well, and bullpens are what take you through it. Now, the headlines in this series are the Phillies offense and their home runs, 11 of them in this division series. But the Phillies pitching staff has been spectacular thus far.
Think about it, they've held this offense, record-setting offense, all year to 8 runs so far in 4 games.
5 of those coming, 5 unanswered in game 2 in the comeback win for Atlanta. And a swing and a miss. Iglesias strikes out Rojas, and the stage is set. Here we go, 9th inning. The Phillies will send the hard-throwing lefty Soto to the mound to try to close it out. Sign Bryce Harper able to return. 3-1 Philadelphia. They are 3 outs away from back-to-back trips to the NLCS. Marcell Ozuna will lead off. Gregory Soto is back on the mound. The 28-year-old from the Dominican Republic, and his first pitch, 99 is low. Frenchie, it's a guy who is appearing in his first postseason in Soto. It is his 3rd game in the postseason, but he does have closing experience with the Tigers.
Yeah, this has been a spot that he's had plenty of experience in. 48 saves the last 2 years with the Tigers. Phillies acquired him in January this past year.
Trying to go multiple innings if he can. 4 multi-inning outings during the regular season. He did have 3 saves in the regular season. Was an all-star with the Tigers 2 years ago. Ozuna takes a strike. 2-2 the count. Braves need a base runner. Gregory Soto deals 3-2. It was 100 miles an hour, but it missed. Murphy due next. Big pitch. Ozuna fouls it away.
You got to believe right here. You see Marcell Ozuna getting ready early. The fastball's coming. As I said, he's 2 for 2 in his career off Soto. With 2 doubles.
Had his first 2 hits of this series yesterday. He's 0 for 3 tonight. And that's ball 4. Marcell Ozuna will draw the walk, and the Braves will bring the tying run to the plate. Atlanta had the bases loaded in the 7th, but it came with 2 outs. There were 3 consecutive walks. Ronald Acuna hit a deep fly ball to left center. That was caught by Rojas to end the inning. Put up no threat in the 8th. Retired in order. And now Murphy, the all-star catcher. He takes a strike.
We talked about Murphy's first half. 999 OPS, 585 in the second half. You want to redeem yourself. This is a perfect opportunity.
Murphy, a bouncing ball that is through for a base hit. Ozuna on his way to third. Castellanos throw and safe. Oh, a risky move by Ozuna. Castellanos with a great throw. Called safe on the field. Certainly want to have a look at this if you're the Phillies. And they will play on. No challenge. Murphy just putting the ball in play. Stott was ranging over toward the bag. And now it's 1st and 3rd with nobody out for Atlanta in the 9th.
Well, I mean, you couldn't place the ball better. He gave him that whole hole over there. And again, I agree, risky move here by Marcell Ozuna, but was able to just get that left hand in right here. Ooh, oh, man.
Close play. Awkward slide.
Look at the helmet almost blocked his hand from getting to the bag. You notice that?
Yeah. Well, that's the last batter that Soto will face. Phillies decide not to challenge. Clearly the hand is in there.
Wow, that is close. So look at that.
Pitching change. The left-hander Strom is coming on. Braves threatening in the 9th. Folks, we are in the 9th inning. The Braves have 2 on. Matt Strom is going to be next out of this bullpen in the 9th. The reason Kimbrel and Alvarado aren't out here now because they were used earlier in the game in the 6th and the 7th, and Kimbrel going across to the 8th. So Soto first, and now Strom. Rob Thompson looks pretty cool over there.
Well, interesting. Both these teams, so much depth. The Phillies are in a part of the game they don't necessarily love to be in. Well, the Braves on the other side, they got Eddie Rosario coming in to face a lefty on deck.
Yes.
And then Brian Snitker, if it gets to the 3rd hitter, is going to have to make a decision between Nicky Lopez or Vaughn Grissom.
It totally feels like Eddie Rosario defense here, meaning we're bringing on lefties to create a matchup in case you want to use your best bullet, Brian Snitker. For now, it's Kevin Pillar. He could have a lot to say about it. Nobody out. Tying run at first. Pillar, the go-ahead run in the 9th. And a first pitch swing. Big slider from Strom.
You know, and it's even looking bigger on that chance that Pillar did not take the score to cut the lead to 3-2. Braves needing 2 runs here to tie this ball game.
Strom deals. Pillar, little sawed-off handle shot out to Turner. Out number 1. Right in on the knuckles. And a huge out for Matt Strom. And the Phillies are 2 outs away now. And here comes Rosario.
Ooh. See, it broke his bat. Well, Brian Snitker told us before game 2, BA, he was looking for some magic from this man who pretty much dominated the 21 NLCS against the Dodgers.
He was the MVP of the NLCS. Had 14 hits in that series alone. He's the go-ahead run at the plate. 9th inning. Strom delivers. Rosario, a fly ball, left field, shallow. Ozuna tagging, won't go. 2 outs.
telling me you didn't have Vaughn Grissom getting the at-bat with the season on the line?
Unreal. Spent most of the year in AAA. Thought he might have been the starting shortstop in the major leagues this year, but Arcia beat him out. And Vaughn Grissom will step in the box. The last hope for Atlanta. Caleb Cotham is out for a scouting report for Matt Strahm.
You know, interesting here. I know it's a tough situation. You know, you're a rookie. You haven't had too many ABs. But if he's able to reach base, and I'm not saying you need the double to tie it up, you bring Ronald Acuna up to the plate. So in the same eye, you're thinking there, I got to find a way to get on base and give the MVP a chance.
Well, wouldn't you love to hear this scouting report right here? You do all that homework. This is a guy who's been in AAA.
Yep.
And he is stepping into the biggest moment of his life. Vaughn Grissom. Grissom has the go-ahead run. Strahm, 2 saves during the regular season. First pitch is in there for a strike. Vaughn Grissom, 3 postseason plate appearances. He struck out all 3 times last year in the division series against the Phillies. Strahm delivers, and it's low. Good take. How do you even keep yourself calm if you're Vaughn Grissom right now?
It's tough, but if you remember Brian Snitker, he told us the reason he carried him was in case they got to too many lefties, and well, here it is in game 4 with the season on the line.
Got 23 games and 80 at-bats in the major leagues this season. Grissom takes a strike. 1-2 the count. And the Phillies are a strike away. Matt Strahm deals. Grissom fouls it away. Two on, 2 out, 1-2 the count. And did he go? He did! It's over! The Philadelphia Phillies are headed back to the National League Championship Series. The Phillies have knocked off the team that posted the best record in Major League Baseball this year. The 104-win Atlanta Braves finished 14 games behind them in the division. And for the 2nd consecutive season, the Phillies send the Braves home and advance to the NLCS.
4 games, 11 home runs for the Phillies offense. To me, more impressive though, 4 games, 8 runs. The Braves hit 219 balls at 110 plus this year off the bat. Only 3 in 4 games against this Phillies pitching staff. Unbelievable.
Dominant bullpen, dominant starts. And Matt Strahm found himself on the mound to finish off a game. Unable to check his swing. Grissom strikes out. And Strahm, who had just 2 saves this year for the Phillies, closes down the biggest game of his life.
What a series, B.A. All the big names, all the home runs, all the high-velocity fastballs. And what do we get at the end of the game? Matt Strom versus Vaughn Grissom.
How about that?
Unbelievable.
This game of baseball, it's an amazing game. Rob Thompson navigated this game beautifully and this series. And he's done it now in back-to-back postseasons. Deployed his best relievers starting in the 6th inning. Went to Alvarado and Kimbrel knowing he was going to have to trust some guys that are rarely out there in the late innings. And Soto and Strom bring them home.
Tell you what, these fans might not go home till Monday night. They might just stay in their seats.
Phillies are 5-1 in the postseason. Swept the Marlins in the wild card series. 3-1 here in the division series. Back-to-back multi-homer games for Nick Castellanos. His 2 today, the difference, and he's standing by with Matt Weiner.
All right, B.A. Nick, nobody in Major League history has hit 2 home runs on back-to-back postseason games, but you just did, and you guys are headed to the NLCS.
Where's the question in that?
There's no question.
Well, thank you for telling me.
I thought you'd be happy with that.
I am, man, but we got 8 more wins.
Here's a question. You guys were 14 games behind them in the standings in the regular season. How did you dispatch the best team in the regular season so quickly?
There's no easy answer to that. The only thing that I can say is that I'm learning that the season and the postseason are completely different.
You won your first postseason game 9 years into your career last year. How gratifying are these moments now?
Incredible. I'll never forget them.
You've got home field now for the NLCS as well, with Arizona coming in. You've got Wheeler lined up to start game 1 with Nola right behind him. How good do you feel about where you're headed?
We feel good. There's no question about it. But, you know, we're definitely going to respect the competition and do what we can do.
How great is it having these kinds of moments in the postseason in front of this crowd? They don't sit for most of the night. They're never quiet. It's been an incredible scene. What is it like to be in the middle of it?
Like I said, man, these are moments I'm never going to forget.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Calm and cool. Nick Castellanos, 4 homers the last 2 games. The Phillies pop 11 homers in the 4 games of this division series, and they are moving on to the championship series against the Diamondbacks. For the Atlanta Braves, Frenchie, one of the great regular season, one of the great lineups in the regular season, and they're going home once again after the division series.
It was an incredible year for the Atlanta Braves, for Brian Snitker, for that whole offense, setting all sorts of records. But I think Nick Castellanos just said it best to Matt Weiner, realizing after so many years that the postseason and the regular season are different. And for the second year, a disappointing exit for the Braves. And they're going to look back. And that offense, again, only 8 runs in 4 games. And now game 1 will be here at Citizens Bank Park Monday night.
The Phillies going to the NLCS for the 11th time. They go back-to-back. The Diamondbacks in it for the 3rd time, the first time since 2007, and it'll be the first time that the Diamondbacks and the Phillies will match up in the postseason. It all starts Monday, 7:30 Eastern, right here on TBS. We'll bring Rob Darling in with us, and we are ready to have some fun in the best of 7 in LCS. For Jeff Rancourt, Matt Weiner, the rest of our crew, led by Jeff Randolph and Matt Lipp, I'm Brian Anderson saying so long from Philadelphia. Now let's send it to Ernie Johnson in our Atlanta studios. The Phillies moving on for the 2nd consecutive season.